We're going up, 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 and it's a moment. Yo, guys, welcome back. Should I have K-pop Demon Hunter as my intro? That'd be crazy, because we're going up. We're going up. You know what I'm saying? So, if you guys remember, how I like to drink my coffee without a lid, right? Because that's like aura farming an alpha. And then apparently I didn't notice, but I spilled coffee on my seat, on my passenger seat. I was driving my wife to work this morning, and she's like, "What the heck is this?" I was like, "Oh, you gotta watch the video to understand." I haven't posted it yet, so. But yeah, you guys didn't think you'd be seeing me so soon, did you? I said, why not make a video every time I drive to work? Why not? Think about it. Think about it. Don't think about it too much, though, but think about it. Okay, I had a topic I wanted to talk about this morning. I forgot. We'll figure out another one. I like this idea. You just gotta let your brain be an antenna for the ideas that flow through the time continuum. So I write music, I write songs, and very rarely will I be able to sit down and like write a song. I have to sit down at the piano and just hope that I'll get like this ounce of inspiration, and then I can write a song. It's never like a very rarely, maybe like once or twice, where I was able to do it like very deliberately. But usually every single good song that I've written was just like a shock of inspiration, and you just have to be ready with your paper and pen. And that's a metaphor. It could be anything. You just got to be ready for it. Yeah, think about that. So let's talk about let's talk about like routines. What do you guys think about routines? I don't know. I say I love routines, but I struggle to keep them. And I don't know. Is it good to have a routine? Maybe a little bit. There's this idea that I think more than a routine, we have to think about it more mythological. I think fantasizing your life will make things deeper and give things more meaning. And if you just say it's a routine, it sounds so millennial. Is that a good word? Millennial? It sounds very like YouTube-esque, like, you know, like it's like, you know, like, you know, like. It's very it's a very watered down word, a routine. And it sounds like a chore or a task. But a ritual, think about how that sounds. I have a ritual I do every morning. The way you say things matters, because words are spells. Spells can change reality, can change your perception of reality. Think about that. So the way you think about things, the way you talk about things will change the way you view things. Plato who? Pletu. Plilu. That's what they'll call me. Aristotle. Listen. Yeah, I think having a ritual in the morning, and it could be as simple as just walking outside and then just sitting outside, like a ritual. And I think that the placebo effect is a very powerful thing. You know, that's a very powerful thing. So I personally, I want to start meditating in the mornings. I just haven't been able to do that because I'm kind of cringe sometimes. That's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. It's okay. Yeah, so having a ritual in the morning, I think, personally, you guys can let me know what you think about that. I think it's good to have a little thing you do. And not because, oh oh, self-improvement, or like you want to do it. I don't know. I think that's cool. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, when I say meditate, that's what I wanted to talk about. Zoom, boom, the idea came back to me. Listen, red light aura forming moment. Here we go. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good cup. Listen, you're not listening. You gotta listen. You're listening, but you're not understanding. Listen. Just as important as doing it is the intention and the mindset when you're doing it. Because if you do something half-assed, might as well just not do it. But Philip, in your last video, you said to at least try. Yes, but trying means you're trying, you're giving it your best. If I think it's half-assed, but it's your best, that's all that matters, it's your best. But you have to feel it in yourself that it's your best, you know? So, you got to give it your all. But you're never gonna want to give your all to something you don't really care about. Do you think I want to give my all to my Chinese class? No shade to my Lao Shi. Lao Shi. Lao Shi. Lao Shi. No shade to her. She's a great teacher, but like, I'm not gonna give my best in my Chinese class. Hello? Come on. Shoot, I might have an assignment, dude. I'm cooked. Oh man. Okay, I have to check that. I actually have to check that. Oof. You gotta find something that you want to give your best at. You know, for me, running is very easy for me to want to give my best. For me, climbing is very easy. So, you know, you want to find something academically, physically, spiritually, whatever, to give your best at. Siddhartha, aka the OG Buddha, he didn't just sit down and was like, let me meditate a little bit. Bro sat down and said, even if only my bones remain, I will sit here until I have achieved enlightenment. Come on now. Like, this is some serious mindset. I was reading a book on Zazen meditation. Read books, guys. Read your books. They offer you an entire person's insight and perspective. And I was just talking about in the last video how it's good to practice listening, because a lot of people don't know how to listen, myself included. When you're reading a book, you're really listening to what a person has to say. You're just reading it. But, you know, you follow people's thoughts, you kind of see their perspective. You don't always have to agree with it. You can just listen to them. Aristotle said, I think it's him. I think it's that dude, that broski. He said, the sign of an intelligent mind is one who can hold on to a concept without necessarily having to agree with it. So, like, you can listen to someone, really understand what they're saying, and you don't have to agree with it. You can just listen to them and understand where they're coming from. That's the sign of an intelligent person. The opposite is when people just want to have their own opinions and they don't care about anyone else. That's a very ignorant way of thinking, okay? So you got to be able to really listen to a person, and maybe they could teach you something new, okay? Back to the meditating thing. In the book, it talked about how you really have to have this intention that when you meditate, you are going to achieve your goal. And if you don't meditate with that mindset, there's really no point. If you meditate and you think it's going to be useless, it will be useless. People underestimate the power of their thoughts. Again, your perception of reality, right, determines everything. It determines whether the glass is half full, which is crazy. Half full, that's a lot. That's halfway full. Or it's half empty. Oh my gosh, there's only half left. And the thing you have to realize in both of those examples is the situation is exactly the same. The cup has the exact same amount of water. But to two different kinds of people, it has different amounts. Do you see? So You have to really think about the way you perceive things will determine your reality. You have to really, and whether you believe it or not, it won't change the fact that it's true. There's universal truths. You can't say I don't believe in gravity and then jump off a cliff. Like, gravity is going to exist regardless. And it's the same with this concept. Reality is based off of you. You are your thoughts. Your reality is based off of your thoughts. So, why is Pilu saying this? Sage Pilu. My Barber Pilu is one channel, Mr. Pilu, and I need my Sage Pilu channel. Listen, whatever you set out to do, you have to realize that you're taking time out of your life to do this. Okay? You don't have a lot of time in your life. You're taking time out of your life to do something. You gotta, number one, ask yourself, should I be doing this? If yes, then okay, I'm gonna give it my best. You just gotta give it your best, or else there's really no point in doing it. You just gotta try. You really gotta try. You gotta try your best. Give it your all. And it's hard to try your best on one thing when you're stressing about a million things. So whenever you're doing one thing, don't think about 100 things. Just think about that one thing and think, I just want to do this really well. I work as a server, and I'm going to work right now, and I'm going to spend the next 7 hours at work. Now, I can kind of not care for my tables, kind of mess around or whatever. But the thing is, I'm there for 7 hours. That doesn't change. And in those 7 hours, I want to try and make money. If I don't take care of my tables, if I don't actually try my best to take care of my tables, they're not going to tip me well. So I've spent those 7 hours, and I haven't made a lot of money, so I haven't achieved my purpose. Even though I went to work, even though I woke up this morning, if I don't give it my best, it's like, okay, why even do it, bro? You just wasted everyone's time. And again, this is not meant to be like a self-improvement thing. You really start to think about the things you're doing and whether you should be doing them or not. I know I should be working because I got to make money. Okay, so then when I'm at work, my mindset's different. It's like, okay, I'm here to make money. And I want to make money because I want to pay my bills and I want to save up money, So that gives me more of an intention to actually work hard. Do you see? When you are doing something and you want to do it, it's a lot easier to actually give it your best because, well, you want to do it. So you want to really look at the things you're doing and think, do I really want to be playing League of Legends? Think about it. If the answer is yes, then, well, get good at it. Learn it. There's nothing wrong with playing a games with the boys and gals every once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with playing a game. But if you're going to play it, don't you want to kind of get good at it? Impress the boys and the gals? Think about it. So, just take inventory. Look at this. My lips, they're glossy. Raw sugar. I need a sponsor. I need this sponsorship, guys. Tag Raw Sugar in the comments so I can get that sponsorship. You guys are doing amazing work. Let me get this sponsorship. I have 200 and almost 50 subscribers. I think a couple of you guys left. It's okay. They'll come back. They always come back. Listen. When you take inventory, see, all these things are interconnected. You have to watch all the videos. All of them. When you take inventory, that's not physical. It's not just physical things, not just like, it's also like the things you're doing. Like meditating. Maybe meditating's not your thing right now. Check. Maybe waking up in the morning at a certain time is not something you actually want to do. Maybe it's just something you saw someone online doing and now you want to copy them. You're not really going to give it your best. You're just going to try and do it, which is like, okay, sure. You really want to try. don't water down the word try. Actually try. You know, so taking inventory of the things you do. If you want to do them, awesome. If you're already trying hard, awesome. Gas yourself up. Put another cookie in the jar. Boom. I'm a beast. I'm a monster. I'm crazy. I'm the hero in my own story. Yeah. An idea I had, I kind of talked about this last time, about our inner child, this idea of our inner child. Life is experienced only ever in the present moment. So this present moment includes what we label as the past and future. Those are just labels we've put on time to try and describe it the best we can. But you have to realize words can never really fully describe reality. Right? Oh, I don't have the words to explain it. Yeah, because words can't explain everything. That's why music's so powerful. Sometimes music can explain something that words can't. Anyways, time, the present moment, has always been the present moment. Even when I was born, it was the present moment. So it's like we exist in this dot of this point, this fixed point of constant existence. And that includes the future and that includes the past. Okay? And this is a very interesting field in physics. A lot of things in physics we're starting to see. Do you ever hear in spiritual stuff, oh, your future self's trying to tell you something? Physics is starting to see some very interesting things in the quantum world. Remember, science will explain religion eventually. Science is catching up. Religion is a train of thought that's been existing for thousands of years. Science, like true science, I believe, really... Oof, that was like a pipe or something. True science has only really started to exist, like when Nietzsche said God is dead, when people started thinking. Think a little too much sometimes. But the point is, our childhood self is still existing to some degree. Think about that. To some degree, our childhood self still exists. If time is just a dot, and like, don't think too hard about this. Don't strain your brain trying to understand what I'm saying. I'm just a dude, and we're just talking. But like, the past, present, future, it's all one little dot is what I'm trying to say. So, we have grown up, traveled, time travelers. And now, what we can do is we can mend and take care of our inner child in the way that we can. And that's through taking care of ourselves, physically, mentally, achieving the dreams and goals of our childhood self, right? And achieving those dreams that we wanted to do, the places we wanted to go. And that's really nurturing that inner child. And I do feel that it's real in the sense that it is healing our inner child. And that it does, the things we do ripple across the space-time continuum. Every action you do will have a reaction, okay? Like, think about that. And those things will ripple throughout time. One of my favorite things in Interstellar is the idea that love, in the same way that gravity is not affected by time, gravity is just a constant state that's not affected by time. Love is a powerful force that can transcend time. Think about that. Think about that. You're not thinking, but don't think too much. Like, we're moderately thinking here, okay? Love can travel across the space-time continuum. Can love travel across the space-time continuum? Reddit. Actually, love is a human concept that evolved for the survival of the species. Bro, shut up, dude. How about you shut up? Boom. Listen. You get to choose the reality you live in. The reality I want to live in, love. Thank you. This guy's really nice. Let me keep driving. Love is a powerful thing. $49 for a Christmas tree. Get the freak out of here, dude. Get out of here. It's a very powerful thing. And we have no idea. That's the thing. Our technology is like a Game Boy, bro. Okay? The things, the inner workings and the mechanisms of this universe. We have no idea how love works in the sense of how it transcends time. But we do know love is a very powerful thing. So, the point is, when you take care of yourself, when you put on that face lotion because your skin's kind of crusty, brush your teeth, put on some raw sugar chapstick, take care of your lips, you're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of this person that was once a child and maybe still is a child in the space-time continuum. I like saying that. What are you going to do? Stop me from saying space-time continuum? You can't stop me. You guys can't stop me. Listen. And this is where it all comes back. It's a perfect circle. It's one of my favorite songs. Nujabes, Perfect Circle. Listen. You gotta listen. It all comes back to the self. When you were a child, what did you want to do? Oh, Phil, I didn't know better. No, maybe you did know better. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe we knew more as children than we do as adults. When I ask you who's more corrupt, adults or children, everyone automatically says adults. Okay, so then obviously kids do know things better. Maybe we just can't understand them because we're so corrupt. Think about that. Okay? So, you gotta look at yourself as a kid. What did you like doing as a kid? What did you feel like? Not think. What did you feel like you wanted to do in this world? Oh, I don't know, bro. Dude, it's not about knowing sometimes. It's about just like feeling it out. Maybe your childhood self wanted a chance to explore what it wants to do. Maybe it wanted to do a lot of things and figure out what it wants to do. You know, and you got to start thinking about these things, because whether you think about it or not, it's going to affect you. It's like if I ignore a cut on my arm, it's gonna fester. It's gonna affect me, whether I like it or not. And you have to come face to face with the angels and the demons that you'll face on your journey in this life. And yeah, how about that? You know? Let's see what else I got in my little compartment here. My compartment of goodies. Oh, I still have it. Bet. Okay, let me explain to you guys. This guy, I'm not gonna show, okay, you kind of saw it. I'm not gonna give his information, but I'll shout out his bar. This guy owns this bar. It's called Revolver. He came to my restaurant. And I was talking to him. He was like, oh, I'm gonna pay. I just left my card at my restaurant. I'll be right back. I was like, yeah, that's chill. Come on. I don't own the restaurant I work at. Even if you were to dine and dash. Come on. They don't pay me enough to care. Anyways, this guy came back and I was like, oh, so you own that bar across the street? Look, this is small talk. Small talk leads to big talk. I was like, you own that bar across the street? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, like I've always wanted to open up my own coffee shop. I'm actually hoping to open one up. I was like, how did you open up your bar? People love talking and people love helping, okay? So if you just put yourself in a position where you're humble, you're asking for advice and stuff like that, people will want to help you. This guy is explaining to me how easy it is to open up a restaurant. And I'm just sitting here like, for me, it's like so impossible. The way I perceive reality, the way he perceives reality. This guy's like, oh yeah, you just gotta open it. You just gotta open it. And me, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I open it? How do I do this? This guy sees things differently. And because I'm talking to him and he's casting his spell of words on me, I'm able to perceive reality different. And then I can live in a new reality that I want. Boom. Think about that. Listen. This guy wrote down the name of his bar, wrote down the address, wrote down his name and his phone number, and then he said, give me a call, I'll give you a tour, and I'll explain to you everything. This was a year ago. I haven't called him. LOL. I will. This summer I'll call him and be like, hey, do you remember me from 2 years ago? You gave me this paper with your name. I'm ready to learn from you, sensei. Hi! Taking a Japanese class. I have my Japanese final on Friday. It's not looking too good. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bro, I thought about this. Maybe I don't remember a lot of my childhood because I haven't sat down and actually tried to remember it. You know? You lose the things you don't care about. Any skill or any thought, if you don't think about it a lot, you lose it and it gets lost. I was like, maybe if I spent more time thinking about my childhood, maybe I'll remember it. Listen, I just had a divine inspiration. Is it Kensho? In meditation, there's this saying, when you get struck by understanding and wisdom, I think it's called Kensho or something like that. I kind of had that in a thought way, not in a meditating way. Why do I want to open up a coffee shop? Why do I want to do these things? Bro, when I was younger, I got these crusty Christmas cookies. That should be the name of a brand. Crusty Christmas cookies. Okay? And I was like, bro, let me sell these and make some money. I was literally, I was how old? 4. I was maybe 4 years old. And what I did was, I'm parked, by the way. Thank you very much. What I did was, I took a shoebox. I put it over a heating vent. So in America, we have vents for heating. And at my old house, I had the vents on the floor. Whoa, the camera's shaking because of the car. And I put the freaking cardboard box on top of the... I put it on top of the heating vent, and I put the crusty cookie on top of the box. And what I made was a makeshift stove to heat up the cookie. Do you see? I was a genius as a kid. I heated up this cookie, and then I don't even think I wrapped it. I think I just had it in my hand. And I walked over to my neighbor. I have a whole thing about neighbors later, and what I think about neighbors and how important they are. I walked over to my neighbor, and the mom opened the door, and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And this was like 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning, bro. So imagine what she was thinking. She was probably just cleaning her house, and then this little redhead munchkin boy comes over holding a crusty Christmas cookie. a lukewarm, crusty Christmas cookie. And I tell her, hey, I'm actually selling these cookies. Would you like to buy it? And she's like, yeah, how much does it cost? I was like, oh, it costs a penny. She's like, okay, I'll buy it. Boom. Wolf on Wall Street. I inspired that movie. So yeah, I sold that cookie for a penny. And later that day, I think we ended up going to my neighbor's house, me and my sister. And then I was throwing something away in the trash can there, and I saw the cookie in the trash. I wasn't salty. It was actually pretty funny. Why would she eat that crusty Christmas cookie? But it doesn't matter. She bought it. She bought it. So I was hustling and grinding when I was 4 years old, okay? But this idea of giving people something that can make them happy, that's what I love about being a server, working at a restaurant. Even though I'm a server, I do like the idea of, you know, you never really know who's going to walk through that door. Who's going to come through that door? Okay, I'm not sure if the camera picked it up. I'm going to fess up. Yeah, I ripped one, okay? I'm in the comfort of my own car. If the camera picked it up, awesome. If it didn't, I have exposed myself. It's okay. Back to the topic. When I worked at a breakfast place, that was my favorite place to work. I don't like working at a dinner place. Hell no. Breakfast place, though. People come in the morning. They made time in their morning to go eat at your place. That's cool. And they're eating their food. You get to talk to them. You get to hear their story. I talked to people who went to Vietnam. I've talked to doctors, barbers. I've talked to so many people. And I think that's what I like, you know, giving people a service, getting to spend time with them, you know. If you didn't say bless you, that's kind of messed up. Listen, comment bless you if you said bless you. And then like and subscribe, guys. Listen, that's my calling, I think, is to run a little breakfast place. And then at night turn it into a jazz bar. I think that's my calling as far as career-wise. I have other callings in other areas of my life. But yeah, that's me. And I feel very deeply. But Philip, you wanted to be a streamer. Philip, didn't you want to be a barber? Philip, aren't you studying computer science? Silence. How about that? How about I silence you? Yeah, all those things are true. Right, I'm studying computer science because I want to get a computer science job, a CS job, save up some money, and open up a little coffee shop. It's a means to an end. And I understand that. That's why I wouldn't say I'm working too hard in school. I was working really hard at the beginning. You guys, the OGs, were there to remember that. I was working hard there. Just got a little bit busy with a lot of things, you know. That's life. It's okay. You got to manage everything. Not everything can get the most attention. That's just life. Gotta have some grace with yourself. Listen. That's my calling. I wanted to be a barber. Yeah, I like the idea of, you know, making someone's day. When I get a really good haircut, I'm so gassed up. I'm so hyped up. It's funny I said gassed up because I passed gas earlier. And then in the last video, I was talking about our brains releasing gas. Anyways, these themes, these plot lines I have in my videos, it's very, very literature of me. Listen. My calling has always been to serve. Not like that, but to serve people. I'm a server. But not like in a restaurant way, but like in a way like I like being there for people. I like hearing their stories. I like learning from them. I like serving people in whatever way. Like, do they need someone to listen to? Do they need someone that they need to talk to? You know, and I like giving them a little cup of coffee and then watching them enjoy it. That's for me. And you got to figure out, what is it for you in this life that you like? When you paint a picture, do you like when people look at it and feel inspired? Does it give you this little bit of joy that you feel deep to your core? Well, then maybe that's what you got to focus more on. And, well, that's not possible. Well, what if you made it possible? Remember, reality is just what you perceive it to be. It's impossible because you say it's impossible. Well then, Phil, I'm gonna jump off a building because it's my reality that I can fly. Bro, there's literally people jumping off mountains with their wingsuits flying. So, yeah, maybe you can fly. Maybe you can fly if you jump off a building with a wingsuit and you're professionally trained and you're not taking this as actual advice. So, you see, bro, everything is just the way you perceive it to be. If you perceive that you're gonna fail, you will fail. Thoughts are everything. But don't think too much. My koi pond, I'm not sure if you guys know this, I made a little koi pond on my balcony. So what I did was, I took a drawing, actually. Let me just start from the beginning. I took an idea. This pen, before it manifested itself physically into existence, it existed within someone's brain as an idea. Okay? Everything, my jacket, my glasses, everything, even me as a person, I existed as an idea in my parents. Well, I was an accident, so we'll debate about whether I was an idea in my parents' head or not later. But it existed as an idea in someone's head, and then they made it a reality. And now I'm able to hold this idea made flesh in my hand. And that's a profound thing. Jesus was said to be the Word made flesh because Jesus didn't just appear randomly. People misunderstand Christianity as like this believe in a guy in the sky. Bro, do you think God is dumb? Do you think God doesn't know that we can't see him? Like, really, do you think God is unaware of that? Oh, but we can't see him. Well, you don't think God knows that either? So what he's done is, he said, listen, I know you guys can't see me, so let me write you everything that I'm going to do, so that when it happens, you'll be able to recognize, hey, it's happening. That's kind of strange. That means maybe this guy's onto something. Jesus appeared according to a plan that was written thousands of years ago. Jesus came as an actor fulfilling a script that was written hundreds of years ago, by random people all over a country throughout different eras. Taylor Swift eras. Listen, he was words becoming flesh. And everything in this life is that. Words becoming reality. Thoughts becoming tangible. And it's the same for your dreams. I'm in college. That's crazy. If you were to talk to people 5 years ago, being in college is crazy. I can't afford it. And yeah, I can't afford it. I cannot. I'm still in the same situation. But what changed was my perception. I was like, I have to go to college. And then things started to happen. Friends came. Luck. I got lucky. Luck is also there. You got to be ready for luck. I had to do some work. There were some setbacks. Not everything's super smooth. I didn't just go to college. I had to hire a lawyer to do some paperwork stuff just so I could go to college. Listen, it's not always easy, but there's going to be luck. There's going to be friends along the way. It's a hero's journey. The hero doesn't just slay the dragon. He goes on a quest to the dragon. He meets people. He meets friends. He goes through difficulties. He has fun. Point is, you have to believe in this journey that you're having, and you have to believe that you're going to slay the dragon. You have to believe you're going to achieve your goal, that your dreams will become reality. And how seriously you take your dreams is how seriously they will manifest themselves in reality. And this may seem like some new age BS. No, bro, this is basic knowledge that you have to understand. Everything that has existed and will exist and does now exist, existed as an idea in someone's mind. And dreams are no different. So for me to open up this coffee shop, how serious am I about my dream? Do you see what I'm saying here? You gotta start taking yourself seriously. You have to start pursuing the things that you want to pursue seriously. Because if you don't, you're gonna be miserable. Because you're living someone else's dream. Right now I'm working as a server at this job. And I'm fulfilling this owner's dream of running a Korean barbecue restaurant, okay? But for me, I know it's a means to an end, so that's fine. See, that's fine. Sometimes you gotta hustle and bustle a little bit to get somewhere. That's fine. Sometimes you gotta train to slay the dragon. That's fine. But you gotta know what you're doing it for, because if you're just doing it mindlessly, there's no point. When I'm in school, even though I don't really care about computer science anymore, oops, did I say that? Oops. I know it's like I have to get this job though, so that I can make my coffee shop a reality. So that pushes me to try, because I've taken inventory of my dreams. I've taken inventory of myself. I've realized what's important to me. I want to open up a coffee shop. I want to be able to wake up in the morning, clean up the shop, open the shop. People slowly come in. I'm talking to them, making them some coffee, making some money. There's a piano in there. I get to meet cool people. Me and my wife. Like, that's what I want. And she wants the same thing. But, like, how seriously am I taking my own dream? When you don't take yourself seriously, you take yourself as a joke. And when you take yourself as a joke, you don't feel too good about yourself. So, yeah. Ladies, brothers, listen. Linda, listen. Listen, Linda. You got to sit down. You actually just got to sit down. When was the last time you sat down for an hour? Think about how many hours you spent gaming on your phone, doing something. Sit down by yourself for an hour and do nothing. Don't even think. Just sit there. And what will come to your brain will come to your brain. Okay? But you got to give your brain a chance to breathe, to pass some gas, to release itself, to lower the shoulders and relax and be like, okay, so take a little break. Okay? You got to be able to sit down for a little bit and just like, okay, bro, this is my life. It's happening. Okay? My life is happening right now. I'm existing. We're in this. We are in this right now. And it's an amazing thing. What do I want to do with my life? I have it. I'm gonna live it anyways. Like, what do I want to do? And don't think. Let your brain just kind of float around with it, okay? You don't have to, but like, I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Spain, but like, I don't know how. Stop thinking, bro. You're not letting your brain relax. Let your brain chill out a little bit. Just sit there and just have this one idea. Not a thought, an idea. What do I want to do with my life? You just sit there. And you don't think, you don't judge your thoughts. Oh, I want to be pilot. Okay. Pause. Sorry. I'm stimming a little bit. Do you guys know that meme? If you don't know that reference, please don't take that the wrong way. That's a meme. Okay, it's a little bit of a meme. You gotta sit down with your brain. Maybe you're gonna stim a little bit. It's okay. Let the brain have a little bit of fun sometimes. And you gotta You gotta think about it, because what if it's possible? What if? Again, Martin Luther King, do you think if he sat down and was thinking, can I really change the entire United States of America? Can I really do that? Hell no! If you really sat down and you think about that, I'm just one person. Who's gonna listen to me? I'm not even that good at speaking. Bro, that's what thinking does. Thinking stops you from even trying, from giving it your best. It stops you from even starting, okay? You gotta sit down and you gotta think, what is something? Watch this, ready? Ooh, I'm about to cast a spell on you. I'm about to cook. Listen. Close your eyes. What is something that I want to give my all? Something that I want to try my best at. Something I want to, even if I fall 100 times, I still want to get up with the same amount of intensity and try. What is something that I really, really, really want to do? Boom. Don't even think about it. It already popped up in your brain. I'm sure of it. I'm so sure of it. I'm so sure of it that it already popped up in your brain. Oh, but Philip, that's not possible. Shut up, dude. It is. I don't know what you were thinking. It is. Please let it be a righteous thing, though. Don't be a psychopath. Like, don't be a person that's not good. Be a good person. But whatever it is, bro, you got to understand, bro, you have nothing to lose. Either you live this life knowing what you want to do and not doing it and being miserable because of it, or you live a life like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. Think about that. I did it my way. I want to do this. I don't care if I failed. I tried, and I'm going to keep trying. Bro, it's those people that we have the greatest respect for. That's the funny thing. We respect those people the most. The people who failed, tried. The people who give it their all. Why is Kobe one of the most famous basketball players? Because of his mindset. The Mamba mentality. He's on there training. He was giving it his all. He's not in it just for the money, for the fame. He was there for the love of the game. He was giving it his all. Why? Because he found something that he wanted. I don't want to go play basketball professionally. I feel zero calling to that. I feel zero calling to being an optometrist, okay? I don't feel any calling to that. I really don't. So we're all different. Some people, they want to be an eye doctor, and that's like their freaking thing. And that's awesome. We can't have a world of a bunch of copycats, or else we're all going to do the same thing. So it's amazing and beautiful that God has given everyone these different kinds of desires. Or maybe we formed these desires ourselves, and God kind of just gave us this blank canvas, like, have at it, you know? So we all have something, and you got to sit down, take inventory, and remind yourself of what it is that you want to do with this life, or else you're going to be miserable your whole life. Just working a job you don't want to work, going to school for a major you don't want to do, paying taxes to whatever, you got nothing. What's the point? And bro, please notice that I didn't say it's easy. When you're trying something, it's because it's hard. You don't have to try for easy things. But nothing worth doing was ever easy. Except clicking subscribe and liking this video. Oh, it's super easy. Just click it. Click it. If you're watching 49 minutes of me talking in my car, sipping on my coffee, you better subscribe. I'm kidding. Not really, though. Listen. These talks, you think I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. I realized that right now I'm hyping myself up. I'm putting this fire within me. This fire of, the fire of life. The fire of our soul. I'm reigniting the flame in my own soul. Because if you're not hyping yourself up. If you're not hyping up yourself, come on, think about it. Who's gonna hype you up? Yeah. So, you gotta think about, don't think about it too much. Don't think about it too much. Do you know Einstein and all these greatest thinkers, when their ideas would hit them? Like that. They would be, there was one of them, he'd actually sleep with a pen in his hand. And he would like doze off. He would doze off and enter a floating kind of, like, you know when you're napping and you're like conscious but not really conscious, that kind of thing. He would enter that relaxed state. Okay? He would enter that relaxed state. And when his pencil would drop, he'd wake up and he'd have an idea. When I say his pencil would drop, it's because he was almost falling asleep and he'd let it go. And the sound of the pencil would wake him up. The point is, you have to be relaxed. If you're tensed up like this, your brain can't think. You gotta relax. Okay? If you're playing piano and you're tense, you can't play. If you're doing anything tense, it's not gonna work out well. Tension comes at a critical moment. When you punch, you're not supposed to be tense. You're supposed to be very loose, and you only tense up when the fist is fully extended. Okay? And then you retract back. So it's the flash of tension. And it's the same with thinking. You don't want to, you're going to get constipated, okay? But you got to relax. Let yourself think. Trust yourself a little bit. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself that when you have a dream, that it's actually your dream, not someone else's. Okay? Think about that. Man, I was thinking of something. What was it? Oh, there was this really cool thing though. And this will kind of help you, I think about life a little bit more deeply. Bro, you really don't understand the universe. Do not for a second think that you understand the way this world works. You don't. No one does. Okay, we're literally just spawned in here. How are we any different than Minecraft Steve when he's loaded into Minecraft? Boom. He's in a world. Okay? He's in a world and he's just there. And he's being controlled and maybe he doesn't even know it. Bro, what about us? How are we any different? Boom, we're in this world. Did I decide to be born? No. Did I make the world the way it is? No. Did I choose to come? So I'm here in this world. So you gotta understand, bro, there's a lot of things you don't understand, and you don't have to understand everything. But there's some things you do have to understand. Number one, you don't understand everything. And the world is a huge place. And there's mysterious forces at work, whether you like it or not. Oh, that's religious. I'm not. Okay, fine, bro. Scientifically, there's a lot of mysterious forces that we still don't understand. So this world is a very mysterious place. And it's a fantastical place. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's like we read Naruto. We read all these cool stories with all these cool powers. Bro, this world is just as cool. But you got to see it as that. And number two, you are your thoughts. You can bend this reality with what you think it's true. Martin Luther King bent reality. Gandhi bent reality. Jesus bent reality. Do you guys understand how crazy... Bro, billions of people have existed and their names have been forgotten. Just like in Coco, when you forget your name, you're gone. Grandma Coco. Listen, to remember a name for the last 200 years, for 200 generations. Do you understand how crazy that is? For a name and for an idea to persist across time. Not just in one spot, but then to proliferate across the world is insane. And it was one person. And he didn't have an army. He didn't have influence. He wasn't born in a crazy family. And he didn't have a good societal standing either. Jesus came and literally changed the course of human history. And he was one person. Bro. And you're telling me you can't open up your coffee shop? You're telling me that you can't do whatever it is that you want to do? Gandhi ended the oppression of Indians in India by doing nothing. Well, obviously he did stuff, but I don't know exactly. But like the whole thing was like he was not violent. So that's what I mean by he did nothing. And you're telling me you can't do whatever it is you want to do. Bro, get the freak out of here, bro. Bro. Think about it. Jesus was a nobody family, labeled as a criminal and killed, okay? And we're still talking about him today. There's kings and emperors that we don't even know existed, who led nations. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's not about your societal standing. It's not about your situation, bro. All of that, excuse my language, it means shit. It means nothing. Nothing. Bro, Jesus came from nothing and changed the world. And there's emperors and generals whose names are forgotten. No one even knows they were on this earth. And they had everything. What matters is the fire within you. How greatly can you make it burn? And that fire, right, it will spread. Where does it spread to? People. The reason why we're still talking about Jesus today is because his fire was so strong that it caught other people and burned within them. And for the last 2,000 years, that flame has been passed down. Same with Martin Luther King. Same with Gandhi. Same with all these great people. What made them great was their spirit. What does spirit mean, Phil? Stop thinking so much. Feel it. Oof. That fire was... I watched this guy. I'm going to shout him out. If you're watching this... if you're watching this, bro, you're a big influence on my life, and I appreciate you. His name is Elisha Long, and he talks about thumos, which is spiritedness, and it's fire. And there's this manga called Kingdom, and in there it talks about the most important thing a general needs on the battlefield is fire, or something like that. I forget what it is. But the point is, it's fire. This passion, this idea, an idea that a person can have. And if the fire is great enough, it can spread to other people and inspire them. Thumos, spirit, that's spiritedness. Okay? So, bro, how strong is your fire? And I'm not talking about, again, like doing something for someone else. Your fire, your purpose. Everyone has their own flame within them that they have to tend to. Okay? And the greatest people are not the people who have everything. It's not the people who are lucky. It's the people whose freaking fires are huge. Huge fires. Huge aura. What if, man? David Goggins said that. David Goggins was 400, 500 pounds, eating Pop-Tarts, drinking soda, and he saw on the TV an ad for the Navy. Was it the Navy? No, the Marines. And there's only been 35 African American Marines. And this guy's 400 pounds, and he has the audacity. He has the balls, the spiritedness. He has the flame within him to say, what if I could be the 36th? Boom! Come on. What if I can, though? What if I can do it, though? What if? To have, when you have the balls, and for the female viewers, it's the idea is like the gall, the audacity. To look at this world that wants to put you down and be like, yeah, but what if? What if I overcome it? Bro, Jesus told the disciples, take heart. I have overcome the world. Aura. Take heart, I have overcome the world. We have to overcome this world. Humans are meant to have dominionship over this earth. To rule over this earth. Not in a totalitarian way, but like in a way that we make our dreams a reality here. And it's not easy, bro. Jesus had to carry the cross. What cross do you have to carry? What things do you have to do to make your dreams a reality? It's not easy. It's never easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Oh, it's easy now. No, but it's easier to fight for something when you have this drive and it's really something you want to fight for. Okay? David Goggins, bro, 400 pounds. What if I could be a freaking Marine? And if you read his story, he says he started training and he immediately gave up. Because that's how it is. But guess what? Because he wanted it, he kept training. He found a new way to train. You adapt, you figure it out. Whatever it takes to achieve your dream, you'll do it. Back to my koi pond. I realized I never finished it. I drew it. I drew my koi pond. I drew exactly what I wanted it to look like. And I said, I'm going to get it. And I'm not going to spend a lot of money making it. I went to a store. I found a huge plastic plant pot for sale. And I was like, this is perfect. I bought it for 20 bucks. Filled it with water. Boom. Next thing you know, I found a water pump for $15. Boom. Next thing you know, I found a little plastic container. $2 on sale. Boom. All of a sudden, now I have a container, a little plastic box. Guess what I do? I make a freaking waterfall. Now I have a waterfall pond on my patio. And I bought 5-cent goldfish, threw them in there. Boom. Under $50. What I did right there is crazy. I had a dream, and I literally physically manifested it. Philip, stop overthinking this. It's not overthinking. It's actually sitting down and looking at it. This existed as an idea. This was something that was just a thought. And then I grabbed the thought by its little rat tail. I pulled it into reality. That's what we're meant to do with our dreams. But sometimes it's kind of hard to pull. Not everything's easy to pull into reality. Jesus had to give his life. What are you going to have to give to achieve your dream? And you got to be willing and ready to give whatever it takes. But it all ties back to this. Are you going to do it for the little kid within you? Are you gonna remember when it's hard, when it sucks? Bro, that kid was looking up to me. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, I can't wait till older me gets an email. Bruh, I got 5 emails now. Like, when I was younger, that was all I thought. I was like, bro, when I get an email, that's gonna be crazy, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, these little kids, when we were little kids, man, they were just looking. Our little kid self was just looking in the future, being like, man, when I'm older, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be this great person. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And now we're here. And this whole time thing that I was talking about earlier, our kid self is still looking at us. Time is not a line, it's a dot. The past, the present, the future, it's all the same. Our child self is still looking at us right now. And our future self's also looking back at us right now. What are we gonna do? The only time where reality can be bent is in the present, not in the past or the future. It's only through the actions we have in the present that we can determine our lives and our reality. So don't think about what I'm saying too much, but think about it and feel it and take time and trust yourself. These are things that I've thought of myself, but you guys have to realize you know a lot more than you think you do. But you gotta trust yourself. Imagine if I thought I was dumb and I was like, bro, don't talk. No one's gonna listen to you. Then I'm not gonna talk and I'm not even gonna listen to myself. But you gotta listen to yourself. Maybe you got something good to say. Okay? So that's it for today's video. I gotta get to going to work soon. I came early, sitting in the parking lot. I'm gonna go get some fruits. So I have some fruits to eat in the morning. And guys, your childhood self is looking at you now. Your future self is looking back at you right now to see what is it you're gonna do. Okay? Are you going to fulfill the dream and the desire you have? Are you going to reignite the flame of your life? And how brightly are you gonna burn? Stop getting distracted by things. I have been so distracted by things. Like, I was cleaning the inside of my coffee table. It has like a little section, and there was so much stuff there, and I was like, bro, so much stuff. I'm buying all these things. I think I need all these things. And like social media, we need distractions to distract ourselves from the fact that we're not achieving our dreams, because it sucks when you're not achieving your dreams. So you want to remind yourself that you're not, or you want to, not think about it. Don't think about it too much, right? You don't want to think about it, so you distract yourself with things. It's time to stop distracting yourself, and it's time to really sit down, put the distractions aside, and think about what it is you want to do with this life. And I want to rephrase that. You don't have to think about what you want to do with this life. You have to accept your calling. Everyone has a calling. This is the philosophy of Pilu. I think everyone knows their calling. You have to have the gall. You have to have the balls. You have to have the courage to step up to it, whatever it is. I'm scared to release my music, even though I know that's a calling I have. I am a musician, bro. And that also plays into the idea of giving people a service. I want to make music for people. It's the same. It all comes back. I want to give people things. So you gotta have the courage to step up to the plate that you know you have to step up to. You don't have to convince yourself, I don't know what to do. No, you do. It's just society's convinced you that maybe it's not the most economic thing. Maybe, stop being influenced and listen to the child within you. Okay? That's all I'm going to talk about. I got to go. I'm going to be late, honestly, if I don't. Because I want to get some berries. Shout out to my wife. I love her very much. Maybe that'll be my outro. I like that outro. But, yeah. Let's be good people. Talk to people. Make people's day brighter. Be the light of the world. That's my outro. Be the light of the world, bro. On a cloudy day, be the light in someone's life. Peace out, guys.